Okay, ninth graders, I'm going to talk about how to do speed problems or how to calculate speed. And as you can see here, I've got the equation written down. I've got speed, distance, and time, and this actually gives me three different equations. So if I want to calculate speed, that is d over t, so speed equals d over t, or distance divided by time. If I want distance, then it's going to be speed times time. And if I want time, it's distance divided by speed. So let's take a look at three of these problems here. The first question I have is, if I travel 50 meters in 21.5 seconds, what is my speed? So again, my first step is to write down the things that I know. And the first thing I know is that my distance is 50 meters. How did I know that that was a distance? Because it's measured in meters, and we measure distances in meters. The next thing I know is that I have 21.5 seconds, and we know that we measure time in seconds, so I know that that's a time. And then the question is, what is my speed? So I write down S equals question mark. So these are the three variables I have, which I'm sure isn't a huge surprise. But if I want to know what speed is, I'm going to look up here and see that that's my unknown. I've got two knowns, d over t. Sure enough, that's this equation right here. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to go S equals d over t. That's step 4, or step 3 rather. Step 4 is to plug in and substitute. So d is 50 meters and t is 21.5 seconds. Now I need to calculate that. All right, and so I go 50 divided by 21.5, and I get 2.325. I'm just going to round that to 2.33 meters per second. How do I know that the unit is meters per second? Because over here I have meters over seconds. They can't cancel, so they come across. So that's my final answer for that one. All right, let's take a look at the next question here. All right, if I move 100 meters at a speed of 15 meters per second, how long will it take me? All right, so what do I have? I've got 100 meters. So once again, I'm given a distance of 100 meters. And it says at a speed of 15 meters per second, so that's S equals 15 meters per second. And then it says, how long will it take me? All right, how long? That's a time. So come back up here to my equation. I want time, and I have d and s. Well, if d is on top of s, that's the same thing as saying distance divided by speed. Sure enough, I already wrote that down right here, so let's write that down again. T equals d over s. And so we're going to put in 100 meters over 15 meters per second. And once again, I'm going to have to calculate this. So let me clear this out. And that's going to be 100 meters divided by 15 equals 6.6 repeating. And so I'm just going to put that in as 6.7. And now what are my units? Well, the units of time are seconds, right? The meters and the meters cancel out here, and that seconds underneath comes all the way up to the top, as we see right there. All right, one more. Okay, how far will I go if I travel at 75 meters for 15 minutes? So first thing, how far? So that's my distance. And then if I travel at 75 meters per second, well, 75 meters per second is a speed. Show you me writing this down. And then for 15 minutes. 15 minutes is a time. All right, now that's a little twist, because in the standard unit of time in the metric system is in seconds. I have seconds in my speed right here. So I need to change this 15 minutes into seconds. So let's just convert that. And there are 60 I'm sorry, I screwed that up. 1 minute is 60 seconds. So cancel that. 15 times 60 is 900 seconds. So that is my actual time. So come up here, what do we want? Distance. Distance is speed times time right here. So then I come down here and I'm going to write d equals s times t. And now I substitute those numbers in. 75 meters per second times 900 seconds. Seconds will cancel out, so I'm going to be left with meters, which is a distance. And now get out the trusty calculator. And we go 75 times 900 equals 67,500 meters. It's kind of crazy. All right, anyway, that is doing speed equations, or using the speed equation to solve for each of the unknowns.